as promised, the Undateable series is now starting. First of all, I'm going to explain to you what undateable is, because there is a big difference in being undateable and single by choice. Single by choice is you're dating, but you haven't gotten into a relationship. But you're still going out on dates. You're going out on multiple dates with the same person. Undateable is you're gone out on multiple dates, but it usually does not proceed past a third date. The top three reasons why many of us out are considered undateable are unavailable, unrealistic, and my favorite, you independent women, you're the men are intimidated by you, which is so far from the truth. Being unavailable is being unavailable mentally, physically, and spiritually. Those three things are important with anyone with proceeding with a date. Mentally means that you guys are able to hold a conversation. Um, he's giving you a conversation, you're giving feedback, um, you're giving him conversation, and he's giving you feedback. Um, Now, that's not to say that there won't be a couple of times when there'll just be dead air, because you'll be thinking of something thoughtful, something insightful, because it is a conversation, and no one wants to just be thinking off the top of their head and giving an answer based on a top of your head answer. To create a conversation, so it's not you're not just using space. Physically means you're available to actually go out on a date, meaning the gentleman calls you in advance, not the day before, not a couple of hours into the evening. Like he has nothing to do and asks you, want to hang out or can we kick it? No, he needs to ask you out on the date. That's important because you don't want to get the lines blurred. If you find that, if you think about, you're often going out to hang out a lot with the same guy, he's really not going to ask you out for a date. In his mind, you are dating. A date requires a person to ask you out on a date, not ask you, do you want to hang out? Because there's a big difference in dating and hanging out and kicking it. The next thing, we have mentally, we have physically, and spiritually. Now, spiritually can be on many different levels. It's not just about your relationship with the Lord, but it is about how you relate to the person that you're actually dating. Um, if there's something that's stopping you from going a little bit further based on connection, although you have the chemistry, you're spending a lot of time together, but is there something, a past relationship, situation going on at work or at home in your family, something is going on that's preventing that connection from occurring. The next thing is one of my favorite, being unrealistic. Now, I know you're probably saying unrealistic how. I'm talking about that list in your mind. He has to be tall, has to be dark, he has to be handsome, he has to wear a suit, he has to make six figures, he has to drive such and such car. All of the materialistic things, the superficial things, that can block us from finding our mate, because we go out on one or two dates, and we start learning a lot of different things about the guy, and those things that he does not have supersedes the other things that are important or should be important, like, is he kind, is he giving, what does What does he think about his family? What does family and friends think about him? Things of that nature, because those things are more important, because how he treats his family and friends, and how they feel about him, that's going to be your indicator whether is a good guy for you. And my favorite, you independent ladies, hear me right now. Men are not intimidated because you can do your own ish. For real. They're not intimidated because you can do your own ish. What they do not, well, a weak guy, a very weak guy, he can't handle you doing stuff on you handling your business. He can't handle that. He is going to be intimidated by you. But strong, confident man, nah, he's not intimidated by you. But he is really not going to deal with not knowing his role in your life, not knowing how he can protect and provide for you. If you're only letting him do little things for you, it's my thought. If you are being intimate with a person, mentally or spiritually or physically with the person, I think that this person does have some type of right to give you some wisdom, some influence. Because if you think enough of him to interject him into your life that much, then you should allow him to give you some guidance, because two is better than one, and he's probably going to have some information or some thoughts that you hadn't thought about on whatever particular situation that you have. Now, these three things are the top three things that I think make us undateable, and that's because in our own minds, the unrealistic idea that this knight in shining armor is going to come up on this white horse and just scoop us away, and we're going to live happily ever after. And then on the other side of that coin, we're so independent, we don't need him to do anything for us. That's just absolutely positively ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Very unrealistic. Now, there are things that we can do to put ourselves in a position, sorry about that, in a position where we are dateable. As I said, being single is not a death sentence. I've been single for a number of months. I've been single for years. It's never been a big deal to me. I love me. It's not a big deal. But sometimes we begin to feel pressured because our friends are dating or seeing somebody serious. We're going to all of these weddings, and then we're going on all of these hanging out trips, and never really getting a date. We're hanging out, and it's never moving anywhere. It's not even moving into a date. So sometimes we will become pressured and lower our standard so that we can have a man, which is really not the best thing for you. So these are the suggestions that I would make for our top three choices of why we are, or why you are undateable. Because I can get a date. I have some standards, and it's time that you set some standards too. Make yourself available. Make yourself available before you even start going out on dates. I mean, any of the issues, isms, schisms that you have that will prevent you from being available mentally, physically, and spiritually, do that. That would mean if you had a bad breakup, get over the breakup. Whatever you need to do, get over the breakup. Don't fool yourself. Getting under a new love is not going to erase the old love. It's just going to create a new problem. So get over that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that baggage. The next thing in making yourself available is find something to do. You are boring. Do something more than go to work every day. Hang out with friends every day. Um, Go to a movie. Go to a new restaurant. Get a hobby. Take a class. So that when you get asked out for the date, not shot a text message, not call 30 minutes, an hour before saying, hey, do you want to hang out? When that guy calls you and asks you out for that date, and you can say yes, um, and be proud of saying yes, because guess what? You got something to hold a conversation about, which makes you available again. Active listening, active participation in the conversation. You're available. That's hitting one of those three marks of being available. And spiritually, that getting rid of that baggage, that thing that's blocking you from making that connection. Whatever it is, gotta figure it out. Make yourself available for that date. Don't always, many times you listen to your girlfriends and they say, oh no, don't take his phone call right away. No, don't take his phone call right away. But don't let him continue to call you 1 day, 2, 3 days, 3 days, 4 days, and don't return his call. You're unavailable. Many times we give each other the wrong information, and that's definitely the wrong information. If he's interested, he's gonna call you. So maybe you miss a call. Call him back. Don't shoot him a text because you don't want him shooting you a text. So make yourself available. Take phone calls. Make phone calls. Have interesting conversation. There's going to be some time when you have to inhale and exhale. But that shouldn't be a problem to whomever you're holding a conversation with, because everybody has to take a breath. And you also want to be thoughtful. You don't want to just blurt out any old thing in a conversation. So we got mentally, physically, and spiritually. So you have to be there, be available for that date. And unrealistic. Throw away that mental list. Throw away it because it's messing us up every time. That mental list, he has to be tall, he has to be dark, he has to be handsome. Well, yeah, he has to be handsome for you because you're the one who has to look at him. I like a handsome guy. I mean, God will give me the desires of my heart, and that's what I desired, a handsome guy. So, throw away the superficial things. He has to be 6 figures. He has to have this. He has to have that. There are other things that are more important than that. How about he takes care of his kids? How about that? He has a relationship with his kids. How about he's kind? He's loving. How about he's generous? Those are things that are more important than him making 6 figures in the car he drives. So get rid of that list. If that list was working, you'd be dating, you'd be in a serious relationship, you'd probably even already be married. The thing with the list is, you keep choosing the same type of guys every single time. The same type of guy with a different face. Doing the same thing. You're not going to change him. So what do you expect? You can't continue to do the same thing and expect a different outcome. So change it up. Maybe he doesn't have to be tall. Maybe he doesn't have to be make 6 figures. Maybe the guy that does your tune-up, that winks at you every once in a while, maybe he's working 2 jobs and studying for the bar exam. Who knows? You don't know unless you take the opportunity to think outside the box and get rid of that crazy list. It's just unrealistic. And then my favorite, all you independent women, that was me before. I'm independent to a point. But I know when to back off. There's nothing wrong with being strong, independent, handling your business, because men like that. They like that because they want to know, if they get down, can you handle it? That's what they like about independent women. But what they don't appreciate about an independent woman is she doesn't appreciate him. Um, as a woman, you want to be loved, respected, appreciated. The same thing for a man. He wants the same thing for him. He wants to be loved, appreciated, respected. He wants those same things as well. So if once he sees that he is not going to be able to fit into your lifestyle, he can't protect you, he can't provide for you like a man naturally, instinctively is created to do, and he's going to step off and find somebody else who's going to allow him to have that role in her life. So what I want you to do within the next 24 hours, because I'll be, you can hit me on at One Authentic Woman on Twitter, and Trinaise Carter, author, speaker, on Facebook. You can message me there, or you can email me at authenticwoman@live.com. You can email me, tweet me, or hit me on Facebook. What I want you to consider within the next 24 hours are you dateable? If you're not dateable, then why not? Are you ready to date? Ooh, my allergies are really acting up. Are you ready to date? If you're not, then figure out why you're not and work to resolve the issue. And once you work out those two things, then we can proceed to getting rid of that crazy list, because no knight in shining armor is going to scoop you up on his white horse and take you away. Believe that. He is not coming. I don't know why we tell our girls that. Give our girls this identity. That, just sell them that false hope. It's not going to happen. But then we shouldn't sell them this false thing about being independent. There's nothing wrong with being independent, but there are all levels. There's a place and time for everything. And of course, my favorite, Miss Independent. Work that ish out. For real. Men love an independent woman. They love a thinker. They love a doer. They love a worker, a thinker. But what they don't like about you is you're always in his face talking about you independent. You can do stuff on your own. So I want you to think about those three things. Are you available? Get rid of that list. Reevaluate your independence, because real independent women don't have to announce it. We just are. It's just that simple. Independent women just are. They don't have to announce to the whole world that they're independent. Consider, are you ready to date? And are you dateable? Again, hit me up on Facebook, Trinaise Carter, author, speaker. You can email me at authenticwoman@live.com, or you can tweet me at OneAuthenticWoman. The information is scrolling here along on the screen, and I'll see you in 24 hours.